Hi, welcome to the Parenting Bridge podcast. I'm Dr. Michelle Alden, a licensed professional counselor, parent coach, and family therapist, and I'm here to help you to build a bridge to your best family possible. Hi there. I just wanted to take some time today and talk to you a little bit about Healthy Foundations and what it is that we do at Healthy Foundations, what I do in helping you as parents. So I'm just going to go over the different ways that you can get help and share some things with you. I wanted to start off by reading something to you about what I see in the work that I do working with parents. So just as you know, most of the homes that I enter are described by parents as chaotic, crazy, full of conflict and turmoil and in crisis mode all the time. Typically, these are children that are angry, defiant, aggressive, willful. They will argue all day long about even the most basic things. This has become normal for me to work with. However, over the years, I've seen a growing number of children who are more and more violent and increasingly more destructive in their explosive episodes. Their parents are worn out. There are high amounts of tension. Doors are broken, holes in the wall. It's not uncommon for calls to the police to end up in detention or mental health hospital stays. Parents are telling me that they don't feel safe at home, and now we're seeing these same problems happening in school. They're not able to keep other children in the family safe, and this is the highest level of concern because the next step for a lot of parents, and you may be there yourself, is looking at out-of-home placement. So in those extreme behaviors, that's kind of what I work with, but I see the whole gamut. And so this is what I do in helping, kind of on those extreme ends, we have help and support for that. But more and more I'm finding out, and I believe that I've shared this statistic before, that over 75% of parents right now across the United States are saying they're having pretty extreme challenges and struggles with their children, even in the school setting. So even if things are somewhat okay at home, there's just a lot of struggles happening with our kids. So at Healthy Foundations, we have this parent-centered approach where we really want to help you as the parents to know what to do to help your kids so that you're not just trying to get, figure out what's going on as far as diagnosis, that maybe we can find some things that will help, that will cut down on the need to continually have to seek for the next new mental health type service. And I also am just really passionate about parenting and families, and I really feel like that this parent-centered approach is really important in our day. I believe that parents, the family itself as a unit is kind of under attack. And if I think that the attack is kind of happening on our kids and all the different ways that they're being pulled, but I think really as parents, just all the different information that's out there. And I think a lot of times the parents I work with, they don't know that what they can do, or that they can say no to some of these ideas or have that sense of being in charge of their own home. So that reason, I have some things that we offer to you that, like this podcast, our YouTube channel, which is Healthy Foundations. We have our website. We have things that we have for you to access for free. And you can keep listening to these podcasts, watch on our YouTube channel and gain information and just kind of even get to know me and where I'm coming from on a lot of different ideas and thoughts. And here's how I handle this. Once you can also get a hold of us on Facebook at Healthy Foundations, and you can request, we recommend that after you've been on our website, things like that, you can request to be in our private parent group where you can ask questions and have access to me. So we give you also on our website, which is healthyfoundations.co, you can get a free parent training that we used to offer that to parents once a month, but we wanted to have more parents be able to access it whenever was available for them rather than during this set amount of time. And because we're not during a set amount of time as a group, it takes a lot less time to give you some of the basic information that used to take several hours because it was so interactive. So you miss out on the interactive part. You're going to get that some other ways, but you can get this free training. And from there, you can also decide if you want to have a 15-minute consult with me or with our office manager to find out what else you might want to do. So those are the things that are just out there for you to access. And I hope that you will. And especially with the podcast and the YouTube channel, share that, please. Subscribe and get our videos. And and you'll really get a flow of like, like I said, where we're coming from and what Healthy Foundations believes about a lot of different things. So it doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily agree with everything, but they're ideas that you might not have had any backing to have you supported in. So just remember that our approach is really parent-centered. So a lot of counseling services are geared towards your child, and obviously we want to help your child. We really want to do that, but I really hold fast to this idea that if we really want to help kids, we have to cherish their parents and support their parents. So the other thing that we have, and this is going to be backwards for you, but at least you can kind of see what it looks like. This is Parenting Emotionally Distressed Kids, Building a Bridge to Better Behaviors. This is my book that just came out a few months ago, and you can get that book on Amazon. You can order it on Barnes & Noble. You can get Kindle version. You can get a hard copy version. If you have access to a lot of other parents and you have some way that you're working with parents or working with kids and you want to give this book to parents, you can talk to us about ordering several books, or, usually we do 10 to 20 books, and then you can give those out to people. We really I'm not holding anything back. I want people to have access to this information. I think that if we're not already in desperate times, we're definitely, seems to me like we're headed that way from what I'm hearing that's happening. So the other thing about Parenting Emotionally Distressed Kids is that doesn't mean that it's not a parenting book for anybody. You may have parents that are like, well, my kids aren't emotionally distressed, but if you're wondering what to do, or, maybe it's not even your kids, maybe it's your grandkids or your neighbor's kids, it's like, oh, this would be a good book for them. Feel free to check it out and to really look at it, because from a parenting perspective, there's a lot of things in there that you can use with what you may feel like is like, oh no, my kids are just normal, typical kids, but you'll know what to do in a lot of different situations. So hopefully that will be a starting point for you. From there, and having the book, you may think that's great. I've listened to the podcast, I have the book, I'm taking notes, I'm trying to figure out what to do, but you don't understand my situation, or it's so bad, I can't keep going like this. We're going to have to place kids out of the home, or we're going to have to keep calling the police, or, maybe you're just throwing your arms up. This is one indicator. If you are really feeling like you don't know what to do and everyone around you is saying, we don't know what to do, we've tried this, we've tried this, we tried this, then you really should look into having parent coaching. Parent coaching is an incredible tool. It's having someone right there in those moments when things are happening. It's having that access to like being able to process these things. And so even if, you're telling your coach, which would be me, oh, this is what happened, but it's the same thing that's going to happen the next day or the next night, like you're going to have that immediate help to what to do. So we have 2 different packages that you can look at, and you can find these on our website at healthyfoundations.co. The basic package is a 12-week coaching package where you get the first 30 days of the program. You're going to get a video every single morning, just hey, let's go. Here's what we're working on, just to keep you focused on what you're doing, because you're going to implement a program in your home that's going to make huge changes in what's happening with your kids. Even if you can't implement it perfectly, it is going to bring about changes. So then also during the week, each week, you're going to get a video lining out what part of the program you're doing and what we're working on. And then you're going to have 2 coaching calls with your coach every week to process those things, like I said, as they're happening. And if more help is needed, you have that availability to have that extra help. So it's a really great deal for what you get, because we run the same program in Idaho with Idaho Medicaid. And what you're getting here, I feel like, is so rich in content and so much help available to you that it's just amazing, honestly, that we can even do this, I think. The other package is if you're having a lot of aggression, things that you're really concerned about, safety issues, and you feel like it's not going to work to just do it, from afar, that I need to see your situation and help you in the moments when things are happening. And then the other package involves having me help you for like 4 days and then doing the basic package. So you would have this sense of intensely with you and your family. Also gives you some other opportunities for some face-to-face interaction in that package. So that's a little bit different level because I feel very confident for most of the problems that I see and deal with, even the aggressive kids where parents just want to know what to do in those moments. I believe that these coaching packages can really, really help you. So the 2 packages that we have, we also are developing and will soon have out a series of different aspects of the work that I do that will help you as a parent to understand. So we'll have kind of some things that are in the book, but drawn out more. So we'll have some things about parents helping kids that have ADHD and the things that we can do to help with that. I have a real passion for adoptive families and all the struggles in connection and attachment. And so I will have some videos that will specifically be for adoptive parents. And again, remember with the coaching, like it is geared toward what's happening in your family. So if you are an adoptive family and you want help, rather than feeling like, gosh, I made a mistake, I can't do this, you're going to really want to look at having a coach to help you through that. And I love working with adoptive families. So keep that in mind. If you know somebody adoptive family and they're struggling, or if you're struggling, please let me know. Then we're going to, in those other classes, like I said, we're going to talk about ADHD and parenting. We're going to talk about navigating adoption issues. We're going to have a course on managing defiant behaviors. And I'm going to have a course on de-escalation skills for parenting frustrations, helping you as a parent to de-escalate. And then I think that there'll also be one on communication and connecting language and priceless skills for every home to access just in social language and why it's so important in our families how we address things and how we talk about things. So again, some of this help you're going to find in the podcast. But these courses will be more, right? It'll be more than just a 20-minute podcast. But those are some of the things that we have available for you as parents. The other avenue of what I do is I love working with other childcare providers. If you are a childcare provider in any way, whether it's from teaching or it's preschool or your CBRS, which is in Idaho, that's kind of like our mentoring program. If you do, case management, if you're a counselor, if you're a family counselor, then we have a CEU course that is just about ready to go live. And I'm super excited about it to just specifically talk about the value of working with the family, that not just having kids in counseling. And even though I know that great work is being done, it's not sustainable if we don't work with the whole family. So this course is about that philosophy. We call it the Healthy Foundations way of really looking at the whole picture and understanding family systems and what you can actually do to help your parents right now. There's some practical tools as well as the general philosophy. So those are the things that we have coming up. And I just felt like it's been a while since we've talked about everything that Healthy Foundations does. And if you have questions or comments, we would love to hear from you. And again, reach out to us on our website, healthyfoundations.co, order your book on Amazon, subscribe to this podcast. We want to be connected with you. We want to help. That's what we're passionate about, is helping parents and helping you to build a bridge to better behaviors. So thank you for listening. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening to The Parenting Bridge. Do you want to learn more about building a bridge to better behaviors? Pick up a copy of Dr. Michelle Alden's new book, Parenting Emotionally Distressed Kids. Or, for more resources, you can click on the link for Healthy Foundations. If you would like to leave a comment or a question for Dr. Alden, there's a link in the notes. We'll see you next time, and remember, things can always get better.